Holy shit, man. No way. No, God.
It's just brand.
This is insane.
This is Scott. He's a good friend of mine. We were in a band together for, how long was it?
Having been in a band with you for 6 years, everything you do is meticulous.
And right now, as you can see, he's in a wheelchair. He has a really interesting skill set. And he's in kind of a sticky situation. I'll just let him tell it.
I've been a reclaimer for years, dismantling barns for 20 years, and that got me interested in building barns, timber frames. I got a job to do a pavilion for the West Virginia Land Trust. When I was building it, I chose not to wear a harness to drill 2 holes 9 feet in the air, and the drill kicked and I lost my balance and I jumped 9 feet, broke both heels. So my new motto now is 6 minutes in a harness or 6 weeks in a wheelchair.
But there's more to it. What's that other thing, Scott?
Oh, no major medical insurance. Health insurance is really hard to afford. So.
And I'd like to do something to help him out. But there's only so much I can do. So I'd like to ask for your help as well. More on that later. Right now, it's down to business.
All right, so here we are. We've got the vehicle. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to help Scott out by taking care of this Impala here. It's got a great story. Let's get in here and see how bad this car actually needs a detail.
For a work vehicle, the exterior of the car actually looks really well maintained. Still plenty of work to do, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Let's take a look inside. Now remember, this is a work vehicle. And it's pretty obvious. There's some real deep stains. There's obviously stuff everywhere. It's got the low miles, so there really wasn't a whole, like it was all just surface dirt.
And from me, using it as a damn work truck, I was supposed to visit Mom like 3 months ago, and I didn't because I didn't want to take my car and let her see how hogged up it was.
It's actually a really nice car. It's really reliable, 60,000 miles.
My pap step-grandfather, but he's the only grandfather I've ever known my whole life, right. On my mom's side. First he had pickups up until I was like in my teens or 20s, and then he would get like Caprice Classic.
But I mean, if you take a look, I don't even know what to tell you is going on under there. We'll get to that later, I guess.
My grandmother, she was blind, so she always felt comfortable in a bigger car.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just, we'll call it lived in. How about that? Just caked on dirt literally everywhere.
She passed away a few years ago during COVID, not because of COVID, but he got a slightly smaller car because he didn't need the big boat anymore.
We're gonna clean it up.
So he bought this in 2019. I think he got it in 2019.
Okay.
And all he would do was drive from Winchester to Berkeley Springs and go to the store and stuff. So, you know, and he meticulously took care of his cars. And then when I spent time sitting in it over the last month, I start to feel really bad.
Now we can finally take a look and see what the interior is like in the back.
I'm notorious for working out of whatever vehicle I have, and my truck was in the shop for a while, so I worked out of this, and it was kind of hogged up. You'll see in the video.
We can get the general idea now. I don't even know what I'm going to find in here. Yep. Not what I expected.
So I like to vacuum everything once over as kind of a first step once I get all the trash and belongings out of a vehicle. And I'm trying to show you as much as I can with this car, but there's plenty of unsatisfying footage you just don't need to see. And you can rest assured this was just one of many times my wife and I had to vacuum all of the surfaces. Wait till I get the air compressor out. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss that. Oh, and Scott, how much were those medical bills anyway?
The $65,000 you're looking at.
Yeah, and we'll put that in the description. So.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to support the channel, definitely hit subscribe and hit that like button for me to help other people discover this video. But the main reason I wanted to compile this entire process was to support my buddy Scott. The link to his GoFundMe is in the description. And thanks in advance. After the initial vacuum, it was on to the dreaded driver's side floor mat. And it really shows how much of a work vehicle this car actually is. This is after the initial vacuum. And more vacuuming. And more vacuuming. And different vacuums. And then I can pull out the drill brush and start getting to the dirt under the surface. After the drill brush, it's time to use what I call the poor man's steam vac, which is a liquid extractor and a steamer oriented in a specific way.
Great.
I'll bet.
And that's from 2 floor mats. I definitely dumped about 10 of these for this car. This is Ammo Lather, and it's my favorite interior cleaner. It's a little on the expensive side, but the finish and feel it leaves behind, as well as its cleaning power, are kinda unprecedented. I also brought the steamer along. Let's see what we can do with this interior. Are you ready? This is why we had to vacuum multiple times. So, full disclosure, this is a 3-day detail, and day 2 was completely off camera. During that time, I turned the vehicle over to my wife, who went over the interior again, completely just assuming it had not been cleaned at all. And then I also did a foam wash just of the outside. I just washed the outside. So That's day 2. Here's day 3. After a good pressure wash, I started the clay bar process, which is just this little clay bar right here, all over the vehicle, kneading the clay as I go, removing the contamination from the exterior paint and glass.
Alright, so I just clay barred this door here, and if you take your hand, that's what it sounds like. But over here on this door that I haven't done yet, hear the difference? That's contamination.
Next, I went with a chemical decontamination, which is iron remover. You spray it on, you leave it on for a while, and then you spray it off. Then I grabbed the air compressor once again to help me dry off the vehicle. We'll need completely dry and cool paint for the next set of steps. Once the paint was dry, I grabbed the glass cleaner and gave all the exterior glass a good wipe down to avoid any water spots forming. This is an IPA or isopropyl alcohol wipe down, bringing me one step closer to the ceramic coating. For a 10-year-old car, the headlights were in really good shape because of the low mileage, but there were still some imperfections that I really thought would compromise my attempt at a showroom clean, so I decided to buff them out. Once I was done, I could seal them back up with my ceramic coating.
I have one of these laying around. It's a terry cloth applicator, which, I mean, other than these compounding, which I don't even use them for that, it's about the only thing I would use it for. So I can use this for my Armor Shield 9.
Armor Shield 9 is a ceramic coat from Avalon King. It works really well, and it's really affordable if you can catch it on sale. Not sponsored at all, but definitely check them out if you are considering ceramic coating. And this was the final step before a little bit of staging. Let's check out some before and after.
That's not my car. No way. When I inherited this car from my pap, it was immaculate, I thought. It's like new, man. Look at this. I mean, come on, man.
Yep.
This is like freaking new. Look at this. No, what'd you do? This isn't my car. I got to see the VIN number because I don't believe you. Holy shit, man.
Yep.
No way. No. God.
It's just brand.
This is insane. All I really expected was to have my car, you know, cleaned up and vacuumed and look nice. I'm gonna blind people going down the road. Yeah, I've got more vehicles I need detailed. You think this was bad?
So now's when I ask, please share this video, help my friend Scott out. The link to the GoFundMe is in the description. And hit subscribe for more.